That is so sweet. Thank you, Boston. What an amazing way to look at the screen for the beginning of my live. Thank you and so appreciated. Hi, you guys. Welcome to WCIA Network. Thank you, Boston. It makes me feel so good. Lots of movement, lots happening in the world of Summer Moonwell's missing children. Lot of conversation. And I feel there's some shifts going on. That's what I feel. And I feel as if YouTube channels are being very cautious in their wording and what some YouTube people are discussing. Hi, you guys. Welcome in. Welcome to WCAA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. As everyone knows, we are here to bring justice to the children and nothing more. To bring justice to the children by telling their story and by telling the story to the best of my abilities. And by using whatever gifts have been shown my way, and staying with what I believe to be the truth, and the best that I could show it to you guys through images that I pull from YouTube creators' videos. Many of time the YouTube creators don't know they're there, or they do know. I don't know. That's not a part of what I do here. I use images that I call deep faked. They're underneath the deep fake because they're using creators' videos to place over the truth. Place over the truth. To create confusion, to create a way for them to show it to us and to tell their story in a way that they're hiding in the corners. They're hiding themselves. That's why it's called deep fake. They hide it. I'm so happy it's Friday too. And that's what they do. They're not strong people. They're very weak. And they have to compensate by sacrifices and sacrifice children and show themselves as strong and whatever, and they're not, because they live amongst the darkness and they hide in the corners. They don't live their truth. How could you live your truth if you don't come out and live your truth out loud? You don't say it out loud and you don't live it out loud. So that makes no sense. And the children are coming together in the spirit world and they are standing strong. They get it. They see the weak. Because now they can. They have been in the darkness. No longer are they in the darkness. They see those that stand in the darkness, and it's those that have brought them the pain, the hurt, and there's no justifying it. What they see is the truth, and they're standing strong. They're not going to allow those that think that they're going to be meeting them in the resurrection. They're not going to meet them anywhere. They're never going to see them again. Ever. Never. That's just not how this works. That's what's happened over here. I know when the kids started standing strong. It's when when they brought me their story. Before I even knew a SUMMERWELLS. I didn't ask for it. I was doing my thing. Manufacturing, I was doing my thing. And that's what happens. Health stops you. And my health stopped me in a way that allowed myself to relax, maybe. And this came through. Came through as I was sitting in a hospital room for almost a month, not knowing what the hell it was. It's the kid's story that I wrote about in a journal book. I'll never believe that that happened to me. Because you hear stories, you hear stories like that. You hear stories like that from people, and you're like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like I hear like little stories like, oh yeah, I used to do this, and then something happened to me, and I saw the light, and shit happened, and I changed my world. I'm like, what? It's so crazy. It happened. I haven't changed my whole entire world. I would. But I have a husband and kids, and I have other things. So I do the best that I can with what I'm supposed to do as far as my purpose, my calling. Anyways, let's welcome everybody in. Let's first welcome Muffin Top, my amazing mod. Hello, hello. I'm getting everybody's emails, and they're fantastic. I'm sorry if I don't answer in long answers, but let me tell you, they're all opened, and I appreciate them, every one of them. Hi Fiona. Hi Liz. Jess is coming soon. Rumple Long here. GH White. BC. Oh my goodness. This is so great. Sugar Bee. And gosh, thank you Boston. So incredible. For that amazing super sticker. Shazam, Lisa, Colleen, and of course Boston Purple Sneakers. This is a great Friday group here, and hopefully you all will keep growing over here as my subscribers, so you could speak amongst yourselves. Yeah, Colleen. Yeah, if you go to my videos in the beginning, way in the beginning, I give a lot of my story, and it's interesting how it just keeps, everyone's story keeps going. If you're alive and breathing and walking the earth, it doesn't stop, right? Thank you, Boston. Yeah, this one's going to be really good too. Yeah, that was great. Wait till you see this one. I've always had this gift of hearing spirit. I was one that walked around with the Ouija board and all those crazy things, moved items that were on a counter, freaked people out. Almost, they wanted to kick me out of my dorm room in Arizona. Like, I have those crazy stories, and so people know, anyone that knows me, really knows me, knows it's part of me. And they used to call me in high school Luigi, my very good friends, because we used to play with the Ouija board, and I was the best at it. Really good at it. I have people who could, anytime there's a documentary done, they will back me up 110%. And then there's a lot more people actually that I know are scared of it. So I live amongst most people that are scared. I make them uncomfortable. I make them really uncomfortable. And that's my family. I don't know if my family listens. I don't know. But I make them uncomfortable. So for me to live it out loud in front of my family and friends is a difficult thing because I immediately know when someone's uncomfortable. That's something that I do. I intuitively know. Like I'll say to my mom, "Oh, are you getting your nails done right now?" She's like, "How do you know?" Okay, well, I know, but you don't want to talk about how I know because it makes you uncomfortable. So I don't know how I know. I just guessed, I say. Yeah, I don't know. But I get it from fifth generation from my mom's side. But they don't want to discuss it, right? So YouTube has created an opportunity for me to live my truth. And that's how I know I'm in my truth. So the best I do here is just tell my truth. Right? So anyways, I decided to start with this little photo, even though we're going to be going into insane information. This little photo I wanted to bring back because this is so summer moon, right? Summer moon wells, missing children. Summer moon is a big part of my life, a huge part of my growth, huge part of who I am. And once in a while I like to just stop before I talk about this dude here, this guy. Pretty insane. I want to show you a little information before I go to my main presentation. So Summer Moon Wells' story, as well as Michael Vaughn's, Harmony Montgomery's, the Idaho 4, Gabby Petito, KIELYRODNI, Serenity McKinney, the Delphi. Their story is pretty much told within moments that they hit social media. Whoever's coming out first with that information has this kind of information. They have the clearest information that, for me, is the clearest. So I shouldn't say you guys would see it. For me, it's the cleanest, most untouched images and videos that there are within these cases. Is right in the beginning. Whoever puts them out that is crisp and clean, like this photo, is what I like. I like the crisp and clean ones, because then what happens is the deep fakes come, and which is great because then it gives me the opportunity to tell the story to you guys through images that are no longer there unless I capture them in the beginning. For instance, Summer Moon Wells. Grandis' RV plays a massive part in the disappearance of Summer Moon's trophies. As it continued and these items disappeared, there are many pictures that I call and I say, those are the best photos that you're going to see. They're the best photos to my ability that I'm going to be able to show you guys through images. So this here is a perfect example when I say there's a maroon number 5 box that holds these images, these trophies, and they get placed within the ground so they can re-see them and revisit them. This here is a perfect example of one of these boxes. And when you get closer, you're going to see imprint. And that imprint is an imprint that is very common, and it's within these trophy boxes. This here was found underneath the RV, because in this photo, this RV is being lifted. I'm going to show you what they did. It's lifted. This here has lifted the RV up. I'm going to show you the PDF. It's lifted up. There's a truck here that's no longer there. There was stuff put in here, and then later Tim Mullen removed it. This was the RV PDF that I did. It was called, I wrote it, Grandis's RV, and what I was showing was how these things get lifted and information is placed underneath it. This particular presentation, which is in one of my videos, I started it with the car because I was showing you how this car is bullshit car. They're just showing you the same information right here as they did and they do in SUMMERWELLS. These cars are not touching the ground. This here, up here, is in the Wells backyard. That's supposed to be fucking Grandis's RV. Grandis's RV is sitting in half a car. Now you'll see why this is important for me to show you in the beginning, because I go into this with JLR's video I showed you yesterday. So this is an introduction to what I'm doing today. JLR's video yesterday showed you how shit is being put in cars and out of cars. This car is lifted. It's not touching the ground here. Okay? This is Grandis's RV. This is the front of the car, and it's stuck. They're showing how it's in here. These are called deep fakes. This here happens to be in Cracking Cases video that I did a whole presentation on, and that was the presentation that they got so mad they had to turn their videos off. It was just so bizarre. So I'm showing them how this and this and this is how they tell their story. Because whoever put this out, it's a bunch of crock of shit. That's what it is. That cannot be Brian. That cannot be a car that is anywhere touching the road. It doesn't make sense. They're holding a telephone just like JLR holds a telephone. This is a phone they're holding, and this car is fake. So as this green thing is showing here, for some reason, like this, it's also showing that this RV here, let me see the other picture, is connected to Grandis's RV. Here's the truck. Here's Grandis's corner of RV, allegedly. What the fuck is it doing up like this? Because what it's doing is it's creating a gap under here so no one sees what's going on above. This is how they do it. This is being lifted. The RV is being lifted up. See this? This here is under the RV. This is Grandis's truck with plants and shit. No wheel. The wheel is gone here. There's a hole in the ground and it's connected, pushed against her RV. Now, this is way back when I said to the TBI, I'm like, you have to go look under the fucking RV. Like, you guys, I requested it so many times. Wait, Grandis RV. I requested it so many times. And not like they're going to do what I say, but RV. This was there. I know it was there. Okay? When I saw that, what is it? Tim Mullen went and did a video and walked around his house. Walked around their property. I'm like, he took the shit away. What they're showing here is what's going on under the RV. Notice there's a tire here. The tire is gone. You see what's going on here? This was in the video. It's crystal clear. Here's Summer's box. That's the V box. The tire's gone. They made it look as if they're putting this shit under the RV. No matter how you slice and dice this tells the story of what they did with her stuff. I was like, it's under the RV. It's under the RV. This is what's under the RV. These are close-up photos. These are close-up photos of what's right under here, right next to, right here. This is that. All of this stuff was under there. All of it. They use this truck. You see that? And that shit was under the RV. Really quickly, what they did was they put Lil Paw Patrol over this stuff and hid it. You know, when she said those words, ooh, I didn't like those words. Paw Patrol is chase on the case. Chase on the case. Isn't that what she said? Well, yeah, Chase is on the case. He's like, don't go under here. Chase on the case. Chase is watching, making sure nothing's going to get past him. He's on the case. Because it's right under fucking Chase. It's right there. What's gone was the car that put all that shit there. Look. You guys, this is what I'm talking about. These are the pieces. Those are the elements. This, what you're looking at, is what is left over. They're called trophies, and they were removed. I think they were removed once I called this shit out, personally. These are trophies. This shows very clearly that that truck is against her RV. These photos don't exist anymore. So when I go back into my stuff, I'm like, oh wow, this is a great way to introduce it, because this is the best to my ability. I'm going to be able to show you these photos. They brought plants in. This is when they did the planting. You guys, this is when they did the planting. Look, the plants came in. You want to know what they're called? Mesh. That's all the mesh. And this is called elements that are trophies. They're bringing them in. They planted them. And it's called the residue of what's left of Summer Moon Wells. This is what's left of Summer Moon. You cannot disagree with the fact that these are right there. They're right there. The tires are on and then they're off. This isn't voodoo. This isn't something I see in my third eye. Look. This is an empty space that now is covered with Paw Patrol shit. It's right there. This is what was in their video in the beginning. Look. Paw Patrol freaking covers it up, and it's all under there. And they took it. Why the fuck isn't this being investigated correctly? So when I say trucks come and cars come and there's stuff underneath it, I'm telling you, this is the best that I could show you that I'm correct. The plants come in and they cover this up. Look under, look what's here. Let me just, I'm going to do a screenshot so I could put it real big so you guys could see how this shit matches the maroon boxes. So when I say maroon box, this is the closest you're going to get, because they tried to cover it up. See how it goes down? See how that piece goes down? It's right there, you guys. It is right there. There is nothing about this that is being covered up. Nothing. It is completely in front of you. Those are the boxes that no longer, and these are this is the shit that they'll find on Fred Hill's property. Period. End of story. This is what they're going to find on his property. If in fact they're looking, I have no idea. I think maybe it's a crock of shit. I don't know. But this is it. This. This is what they need to look for. It's not necessarily bones. This is what's going to get them to the information. This is what holds the information. These are called trophies. These are called trophies. Right? And they're down under. They're under. They're you got to dig for them. They're not just going to be there waiting for people to go get them. Got to dig. They're there. They are there. This is the stuff that I'm reviewing with you guys today. Where's my... Wait, where's my Trevor one? Let me see something. Trevor. Oh. Why did I move it? Wait, let me put it on my desktop. August, September. Okay, let me grab this. But I'm not done with this yet, because this is important. This is important. August. I don't know which one's which. Trevor 2, 1 second. Okay, this is important information to go over before, we start talking about what's under these cars, because again, this information, these are the pieces. This is underground. This is all under Paw Patrol. Like, now you guys think about it. You didn't see this here. This wasn't here like this next to Paw Patrol. I've showed you in other videos how this stuff moves. It moves and it doesn't stay the same. It just doesn't stay the same. I've shown you all through the interview rooms pictures going through Grandis's RV and going through the house. Nothing stayed the same. They consistently switched shit around. I'm going to take snapshots of what I want to come closer to. They switch stuff around. And there's a reason they switch it around. Because they're covering up the truth. And they're switching it around because they have to move this dude and put him somewhere else, because this stuff was removed. Yeah, they moved it. I show you what it looks like. I've shown it. You see that red 5? You know how important that red 5 is? That actually is the icon for this video. That Cracking Cases uses that icon. Cracking Cases icon is what's under the goddamn RV. Just to let you know. What does that mean? I don't know. But what I know is that is what their icon is for this particular RV. Makes no sense. Because it's under the car, and then it's not under the car. But this was the video. Let me see if I could get the video that gave me a lot of this information is way in the beginning, you guys, right? Oh, I know where it came from. It's also on the Idaho 4 case, that little thing. It's on the Idaho 4 case, you guys. It's got like a little bomb on it or something. It's in the Idaho 4 case. It's not that. If I come across it, I'll show it to you guys. So this was covered up very quickly. All of these holes. And this is Grandis's. Look. This, I'm telling you, was the original space, and this is what they do. This is what they do. You could see all the way under Grandis's RV. What page is it? 17. Sorry, I keep doing snapshots, but I didn't have time to look for the one that allows me to take the picture out. Let me show you how deep under this goes. So understand that this is a truck that gets pushed against the RV, and they're showing the elements under this RV. And then Paw Patrol comes and covers it up. And covers it up. Look. This is the stuff that the authorities missed because they never dug. They didn't dig. There's no reason a truck should be against that RV with no tire. And let me tell you something, you guys. What I see here is dirt. I see cement. I see everything that has to do with trophies. I see here. And this is something that continued through all the other cases. This. Hide the weenie. And no one's looking for it. This is where they're going to find it. Move the junk. Move the junk. The junk in front of Grandis's RV covered it all. This. Right in plain sight. That's how you do it. If I wanted to get away with murder, I'd put everything right in plain sight. Right in front of them. Right there, right in front of them. It's right there. You guys, it is right here. It's right here. This is the answer to finding and bringing justice home. Why else would it be on a video? Makes no sense. What makes sense is this is what I've been talking about for over 2 years. And next to Grandis's RV is a table that has all the trophies. That's gone. But this is the stuff that you could find. This hole in the ground is obvious. Look at this. This is, you guys, this is the maroon box. See the 5s in there? This is the maroon box. That's the maroon box. How do we know that that box that we're looking at isn't Summer Moon Wells' box? That's Summer Moon's box right there. It's her box. Right there. See what's next to it? See this right here? This part here is a fucking match. I always tell you guys to go to the rim, right? This part in Summer's box, right here, is a match. The thicker part, which I didn't look at. It's right there. How do we know? I was shown this, so this I never looked at before, to tell you the truth. This thick part with this stuff in here, I never looked at it. I never looked at it. I never noticed it. And as I'm looking at it now, it looks differently because I don't usually look at it this way. See that? Like, how do we know that what we're looking at isn't what we're looking at here in Grandis's photos? Because Grandis's photos is showing underneath. It's showing what's under here, and it's showing a box. And it's showing a maroon box. We don't know. Because what we do know is that Grandis is showing the maroon box. So this to me really could be her box. I'm serious. Like, if I were to take that black piece away, look at this. Watch. I mean, this is where they put Summer's shit. Oh, wow. You know, what? Wow. Oh my God, you guys. She's in the back of the fucking pickup truck. Oh my God. You guys. You guys, this is what I see. I see her in the back of this pickup truck. I think she was placed in the back of this pickup truck. She was never in the car. You guys, she was never in the car. Holy shit. She was in the back of the pickup truck, and the pickup truck had no top to it. She's in the pickup truck. She was in a pickup truck. See the seat, how it's superimposed, right? Remember I told you guys that that seat is fake? She's in the back of a pickup truck. Allegedly, I'm saying, I am telling you, let me remove the car seat. You guys, I'm putting it out there. I am putting it out there that she's not a car at all, and where she is laying in the back of a pickup truck. That's how she was taken. Let me remove this car seat, or the seat that she's sitting in. And the milk jugs. So, oh my God, totally, you guys. Okay, you guys are going to freak out when I show you this. See this? You see how her arm is over this black ledge? See that black ledge? That black ledge matches the car ledge right here. This is an insert. This is an insert. See that? She was in the pickup truck. I'm telling you, allegedly, I know I'm right. That ledge is this ledge right here. I'm going to show it bigger. Let's see if I have a different picture of that ledge. Oh my God. See? See? Wait, let me get it bigger. Let me get the, there's a insert in the car. Oh my God. How the fuck have I never looked at this before? Look. Wait. Let me show you the ledge. Here's the smaller picture in here. Shows the V, you guys. It's in there. See, it's in the car. It's in the truck. This is Summer. Summer, I'm telling you from my clairvoyance, Summer was in this pickup truck. This pickup truck looks like this with the edge. What I'm telling you that I see in my third eye is this little girl in this pickup truck, laying all the way to the edge up here, and that's where they dump her. What gives it away is her arm is over the edge. See that? Right here, her arm lays over this. It's over it. See all the elements? The green face? Those are the maroon boxes back there. See? Right here. There's a box. Here's a box. These are strings. I won't be surprised if Summer Moon shows up, if this picture somehow shows up, because what they're doing here is getting rid of the fucking evidence. That's what they're doing here. That's what they're doing here. And this was not investigated. And her little Paw Patrol, you guys, was placed right over her. Paw Patrol was put right, and they just fucking laugh. And so should they, because no one goes to look. No one went to go look. No one went to look. Look at that. I believe within every inch of my body that this little girl touched this truck. Every inch of my mind, body, and soul, this little Summer was in this truck. I didn't even know I was going to spend all this time on this. I had no idea. Grandis. Second. Summer RV. I'm looking under Summer RV to show you guys. So this is the junk. I talk about it all the time. This was from the interview room. The junk that was placed in front of the RV, I said, was all of her stuff. And I stand by it. And as you could see, the video that was taken later, I have plenty of videos to show you it never stayed the same. But there's nowhere do you see a truck connected. It wasn't even part of it. That whole section shifted because they covered it up. So they did. And let me tell you something. This is why this picture means so much to me. I just showed it yesterday. Notice how this picture, this picture of Grandis's RV, I've mentioned this before, has no wheel. These wheels have a lot to do with it. Look what's going on here. Candace has the V on her finger, on her arm. She has one nail that is pink, and she has the 3. Now, I've shown this photo so many times. This is the photo that I said was in the beginning, way in the beginning. I'm like, this tells a story. This tells the story because Summer Moon last photo was taken in front of this RV, right? Her last photo was taken here. Right there. But the junk is all the way up by the door. And this was her last photo. That RV matched what was going on here. And then I said, tires, tires, tires. I'm like, tires, tires, and more tires. The tire here is missing. Look at Grandis's front of her RV. It's totally not the same one that we see in the interview room. But the authorities have to put this together. This is the truck that was against the RV, and it has no tire. This is stuff that's just common sense. It's common sense when you look at this. It screams, SUMMERWELLS, I'm right here. So that is something I really wasn't going to go over completely. But that's important to put out there, obviously, right now, or else I wouldn't have done this. There's a reason, right? They didn't stop. You'll know if they find bones in the real news, by the way. They won't, they're not going to say one thing. Here is the continuation of what I started yesterday on that one guy. And I also started information on this guy I'm doing first. I also had information on JLR. This one is extremely important to show you guys. This photo here is one of the photos that I told you that Molly Golightly has given me such the opportunity to work on my gifts. I don't know what I want to call them. But Molly Golightly's very last videos, I kept every one of them. Each and every one of them, you guys, tells the story of SUMMERWELLS' missing children. This was one of her last videos of her laying in a bed. This is what's behind her. This, to me, is an indicator, and it's telling us that the people involved are cult-like people. That's an S and an A. Or a 5 and an A. I don't know who rappers are, ropers. This picture, no, see the S and the A and the symbol? That's a very, 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 very old, this is a very, very, very old something that's behind her in bed. And I think she's trying to tell us something. The earring that she has on is also showing the symbols. It has a B in the middle. Let me show you. Whoever and whatever Molly went through, she's still giving us the story. She's still giving it to us. In everything that she shows, once she's gone, Molly is showing us information. And it's real important for me to show that this stuff goes all the way back. And then when I was collecting this information, right in the beginning, that information still stands true. The information that I got in the beginning is what is matching everything I'm getting today. This information is not wavering. This is the information that I am finding in the videos today. This guy shows this photo, and I don't take it lightly. There is a reason for it. There is a reason for it. This is him in the corner. It's him in the corner, so this is his video. And this photo, to me, is what this is. When you see information like this on the news, and they say that this was found with Winnie the Pooh fragments, an orange pink cloth, found in a trash can, skeleton remains between a 4 and 7-year-old, to me, all of these blankets here, and here, and here, they're all the sacrifices that we're talking about. This guy, to me, is bragging. This, I've shown you. This tells me the story of the children. This tells me a story that matches this little poor spirit who died in this horrific situation. It speaks to me, you guys. I'm not asking anyone to say that they understand that the pictures match. What I'm telling you, spiritually speaking, what they're showing here is no different. You take away the colored part, and I lay this out for you. It literally makes me sick, and I don't like the fact that it's just not being followed up with correctly, because what you're seeing here in this guy's video is this. There's no difference between the story being told. There isn't. And if you look very closely to what they found here, the elements that they don't talk about, which are called cult elements, is the stitching that matches what you're seeing here. See all that? You see what's connected to that? Those little V's right here? This child did not get justice. They dropped the whole conversation. This here. How about all of this here? They're telling a story. I wouldn't be surprised if the person's little child's name is in here. This is what they show because they're hiding within the deep fucking web, and they don't show themselves. They don't show themselves. They hide. And they're never going to see their kids again. They may think they are. They're not. It doesn't matter how many little critters and how many different freaking bones and whatever you want to put in here to think that it's going to find you. No, it's not. Like, wake the fuck up. This now belongs to the children. It doesn't belong to you anymore. That doesn't belong to the adult who thinks that they're going to see this child again. That's theirs. Those fragments are the child's to keep. They're not yours. This is for the children. All of these. Whatever is sewn in here was sewn by the person who did this. Why? Because it's the same fucking sewing that they do here. So what I'm telling you, it's the same group. It's the same people. The sewing that you're seeing isn't just random sewing. It's not random. This is his sewing. Look it. There's no difference. Let me brighten it up. What you see here is his. That's sewing. Someone sewed that. Okay? It's telling the same story, you guys. Once you know your elements and you know what's, the story that's going on, and you comprehend that this is being done by a group of a cult-like circumstance, everything just shows itself. It shows itself. Let me open this little girl's blanket up. Let me show you something. So this is his, and this is the one they found. There's no difference. Trust me, they didn't talk about all these little things they found in there. They're in there. I see them. They didn't talk about them, or they're not going to discuss them because they're cult-like. They don't want to discuss them, just like they didn't discuss the Delphi. Do they think it's not important? It is. These little things that are found within these crime locations is very important. It's all important. But they're not talking about it. This is the stuff that Delphi had, and they don't want to talk about it. These are symbols. Symbols. This little girl wants justice, just like the person in this photo wants justice. The hearts, everything that you see in this photo shows elements. Let me show you the hearts. The hearts are connected to that little voodoo doll, or the V. This is something they don't want to talk about, is this. It's up in the right-hand corner. That. You could find this shit all over SUMMERWELLS' case. All over every case that I talk about. This spot right here. This right here is called sacrifice. I would say that this is the child's head. The reason I'm showing this to you is because it matches what's in the video I showed you yesterday and since the beginning of time, since I've been here. What's on here are elements. The whole thing. You see a monkey? This here, what's on the left, wait, turn it this way. Either way you turn it, you see stuff. Because you see the stick. Here's the stick. Whatever this is right here, it's placed with the blanket. This is the stick that I showed you guys that every victim has. This child was buried with it all. You see? It's as real as it's going to get. See? Here's the V, the 5, the white heart. It's just what's gonna happen is, look what happens to the picture. Oh wow. Oh, let me bring it in here. So I don't know how to explain this other than spirit. I don't know why these photos get brighter. Other than they do. So when the story is being told, the parts that are most important start to show. And that's what's happening here. And it's just something that happens. And that must be the child. And whatever shows up in that corner is the child telling its story. Right here. So I do stuff like this. It's all about bringing the justice to the children. It may look like a bunch of hodgepodge of photo to someone, but if you keep in mind that it's here to say to this child, we see you, and we're giving you a moment to feel justice. That's all my purpose is. My purpose here isn't to find the person who did this. It's to bring justice to the child. And this child is a SUMMERWELLS missing child. I see a baby with it. I see everything that I see that went with Summer. That is my only purpose. And that's it. So when I'm here live and I start out with this guy's photo and I start out with this blanket, it's not about this guy. Whoever is in here has a story to be told. Whoever's in this blanket has a story to be told, just like whoever's in this blanket has a story to be told. That is the only purpose of this channel, is to help bring justice by saying we know there's spirit here. We know that there's a story here that hasn't been told. We see the person here. Here's this person. we see them. That's the whole point. It's not for anyone to come in and be like, oh my God, you're looking at a blanket. It's like looking at the clouds. The clouds could look some. No, I don't give a shit. I could look at a cloud and be like, oh, I just thought about Summer Moon Wells. In that moment, I'm giving Summer Moon Wells justice by thinking of her. It's like when you don't forget about a family member who passes away. When you light a candle and you think about them, you talk about them, it brings peace. You know, it brings justice. It brings a memory. And what I'm saying is these fuckers aren't going to get away with the fact that just because they're hiding in the deep dark web and they don't want to come out of the darkness, we're bringing the victims into the light. These are victims. They want to be remembered. They want their story told. They want their story told. They don't want to be forgotten. This is Summer Moon Wells' story. That picture is the picture of Molly Golightly's friend in that hospital bed. There's a baby in that bed. There was never her friend, whatever his name was. Molly was showing what happened to Summer. What you're looking at is a sacrifice of a child. That's what you're looking at. And Molly put all of that in her videos. This is supposed to be her friend that she was visiting at, who was sick in the hospital. I always want to say Adrian, but Adrian was her husband. This isn't him. Thank you, Muffin Top. This is a baby. That once again, Molly was showing us the truth. There's a baby here. They take little babies. Little baby, a little embryo, little baby went with Summer. This is happening. A baby went with KIELYRODNI. A baby went with the Idaho 4. I know they did. Summer Moon's photos and videos of her laying in that corner, you might as well put her in the corner of the truck. This is what her corner looked like. It's a hole in the ground. She wasn't laying in her bed, you guys. You see this? It's a hole in the ground. It's a fucking hole in the ground. That's where she was laying. Nothing ever changed. She was not in a car. Whatever happened to Summer Moon Wells' missing children happened way before we were introduced to her. Look at that element. See that element on her blanket? It's a big one. You might as well take Summer and stick her right in there. Boom. There's the pillow. Actually, that kind of is a really good damn match. It all is, because it's the truth. These are all the same holes, no matter how you slice and dice it. This hole could be here. This hole could be the one in the truck. It's all the same. The story and the elements don't shift. Whatever deepfake they put over the top is all that shifts. And then little teeny elements stay the same. Like that white shit on top. Yeah, they're the ones who are digging their holes. That's why they're always covered in dirt. See this? They always line up with the holes in the ground. This here has the same white stuff as this one. All I know is I could stick summer right in there. Bernadette, they want you to go into the confusing. It's not confusing if you keep your elements, if you follow your elements only. This is a baby being sacrificed. This is one of my videos. That's a baby laying on the bed. And this is what it is. The sacrifice. This guy here shows a lot of information in his video. I showed it yesterday, but what I want to do here is show you how it matches all the way through Summer Moon Wells' stories that I've been showing you for 2.5 years. This here is what he's showing. Behind this person is a box. It's the maroon box. Oh, you having fun acting like a little baby? That's the maroon box, and this person is laying with someone else. Whatever is going on here, the same shit that you saw in KIELYRODNI's fake ass freaking party. They're just showing elements. When I showed you yesterday this guy, obviously it's not him, that stuff on his neck, there's no difference between the fake skin and the story that they're showing here on his neck as this guy shows. They're showing the same information. You see? This here, if you look at his neck, oh, that's big. This here is fake skin. All the way around is fake skin. That's what they're doing, and they're putting on Trevor. They're putting that on Trevor. Whoever wants their story told is putting it on Trevor. I didn't put that on his neck. It's there. This guy is not only showing what's going on in these rooms. Let me brighten this up. But he's showing all of the fake skin and what's going on within the deep, dark web. That's the fake skin. Those are fake freaking teeth. That's fake skin. And he's just playing a storyboard, just like what they're trying to do to Trevor's face. You could see the difference between a photo that they have all the way in the bright. So obviously that's a knife, but on the bottom is fake skin. And here are Summer Moon Wells elements on his head. They are symbols on his forehead. That is called a heart sitting in the mesh. You know where I have the problem? I have a problem with the fact that he said that he had summer moon wells in his basement. And I have a problem with the fact that he shows all of her elements. He shows every cult element. Every one of them. That's a problem, you guys. Wouldn't you think that that's a problem? Those are the knives that they found at the Idaho forest. Probably a knife like that. Now, I showed you this yesterday. The information, it's upside down. In this blackness of a photo, let me turn it. I've been following this thing in telephones and in computers since I saw it the first time in Benny's. This is important. It's a pretty staple element. It's important if you ever see that flash up. Now, when my screen turned green yesterday, it gave me the opportunity to show you how those green screens work. When they use deep fakes and they put other people's faces inside these videos, they're using a green screen in the background. One of these faces is the victim. So when they want you to see it, they don't have the green screen. That's what they show on the deep dark web, is the fake shit. Is the real shit. They don't want us to see it. The face that you see in front of us is the one that was covered by the green screen. And the reason they do that is because there's certain information that they don't want us seeing, but they need to show it. I don't know why they have to show it, but they do. This here, he even shows his face, whoever this child is that's doing this, is sticking through a hole and the rest of his body is covered. Because the only thing they want you to see is his face. Everything else is fake shit is built around it. Like this. The green screen would cover the other person laying there. They don't want you to see that. There's certain information here they don't want you to see. There's two different people and it's showing a sacrifice. It's showing what they do to these people to prepare them to beat the fuck out of somebody. But this is called fake skin. This is part of what they put on them. This is what I've been showing you guys that goes on the victims. This is someone that's about to get victimized. It's not that guy. This is a younger person. It's a younger person. So if I contrast it, you could see it better because of the color. But it's here. This is what I showed you the other day was wrapped on people's heads. It's a common element. And the teeth. Covering the teeth is common too. It's crazy. You know, I have to look at the Delphi and see what elements. I know someone sent me a email. I'm going to look it over, but this stuff here has been part of my presentation since day one. This stuff has been on faces for a long time. Long time. This is what happens, you guys. He shows this, and this is sacrifice. They may be laughing and using someone else's face, but they're using this guy as a cover up because there is sacrifice going on here. This is the same thing that we've been looking at. When I say heads on platters, this guy down here, look. See how he's got his face covered? He's got something in his mouth. That's what goes on the skin. This is part of it. It's just what this guy's video was. What they're showing there is no different than what I showed you guys in KIELYRODNI's videos that Sammy put out. Sammy put a video out that basically showed to me KIELYRODNI's sacrifice. That's what I saw in it. Like, that's what I see in her video, is sacrifice. I don't see anything other than sacrifice. This here was KIELYRODNI's, Sammy's video. It's not Sammy. To me, this was sacrifice, and her head is in the same situation as this guy. And see how they use two different people here? Same thing that they do in Kylie's. Within these photos, I'm not going to stay long on this. I'm just showing you how they do deep fakes and they put their heads in boxes. This is how the Madeleine McCann that came forward. I'm going to pull up a picture. This is what they did to Madeleine McCann to take pictures. And put Maddie. And this is how they fake faces, like they cover it. Put their heads in a box. Oh, I put Maddie and getting all the Idaho 4. Wait. It's funny. No, let me put Madeleine. Okay. see. This is what they did to the Madeline McCain that came forward. Look at her eye. It shows. I show that often as part of what happens here. And this is also Madeline McCain's. So just to show you, they show the elements in these videos. Not really quite sure why. So for those who didn't see this, this is what I'm talking about. So these guys hide, right, behind these things. This is that doctor that came forward. Like, who the fuck is she? She's like in this same green suit, hiding her face, just like what I'm showing you now. They use the same thing over and over and over. The same situation to hide the weenie. They use the same equipment. Nothing changes. There's no difference between how you see this person and how I show you the guy that I'm reviewing right now. There's no difference. There isn't. Madeline McCain was one of those stories that just dropped like a hot potato. I mean, look at that. That person is doing the same thing as this photo. They're using their face. They're being used. They're being used. Madeline McCain's story, if you go to all the beginning photos, they pretty much match Summer Moon's story perfectly. The boxes, they match. Just like this. And this. I just showed you this. This is what they did. This could be a Summer Moon Wells photo with the maroon boxes. So different. With the crane. See the crane? This is like everything I showed you with JLR's video. This. This is a picture. Like if I said, "Oh, this is SUMMERWELLS' photo in the trees with Benny," it looks the same thing. It's the same information that I showed you the Idaho 4 in the trees. But look at the crane here. The crane is what's hilarious. And the crane is what shows over and over. Over and over. The crane was just in JLR's video. So it's this. Let me see something. I want to keep this. Well, I'll know this photo. This is pretty telling. It's really telling to me. But it's what this guy's doing. Hiding the weenie. And telling the story. Hiding the weenie, telling the story as someone gets sacrificed. This is how they do it. That's not what he looks like at all. He's got fake skin and they fake his face. They just fake it. These people here are part of sacrifices. They're part of the cover-up and they're making a lot of money. This is how they do it, you guys. You saw me get these photos last night, and they're very unusual to get, but they're here. The kid's not as crazy as they're making him out to be. That is an eyeball in the machine. That's what they're showing. This is someone who has complete control of the situation. This is not someone who they want you to believe what you're being told. That's part of their study. They study people like you. They want you to observe what they're telling you to observe. They don't want you looking at that. No, they don't. You will look at what they tell you to look at. You will look at what they're telling you. And they're going to have people that are going to talk, and they're going to talk in chat, and they're going to be talking about what you're looking at, and you're listening. As if it's the Bible telling you how to live, how to react, and what to think. It's all in the hands of you guys. You guys are listening to them. When the proof and the information and what I see to be true all lines up. This all lines up. I brought back an element from day one, the Appalachian Fairground. The Appalachian Fairground showed the boxes right in the aquarium. I thought today would be a perfect day to show you how this goes back to day one, and I didn't even know what that was. I didn't know what that number 5 box was. I just knew that it was an element that I needed to put to the side. These are sacrifices. These are people looking for justice. That number 5 box never stopped showing up. Always in a fake fucking car. Fake car. Fake freaking car. What's in their car, you guys, are elements that match this guy, and they're elements that match Summer Moon. This is bullshit. And what really pisses me off is that he is showing these elements, and he is not crazy, and he, from his mouth, uttered, Summer Moon. Oh no, SUMMERWELLS is in my basement. Who the fuck says that? You guys, whoever this is has a running system with a bullshit story to hide behind it. Fake, that's not really what he looks like. With a bullshit story to run behind it. Sacrifices are happening, and I believe full-heartedly there are answers here to Summer Moonwell's missing children. The crazy isn't who we're looking for. Spiritually speaking, that's not who we're looking for. We're looking for the one beneath the crazy. They're using the crazy as their deep fake. Don't allow the crazy to get you into the drama, because this is really who you're looking for. This guy who looks just like Brian Kohlberger and looks just like Enid. This is the guy you're looking for. This is the dude, not the crazy one. This guy. Don't go into their drama. This is the dude. Looks just like all the other ones I say looks like. They are fabricating the fake ass stories. They know what they're doing. Sorry to say, they know what they're doing. This is no stupid ass motherfucker. Not at all. Just like when I look at Benny, I laugh. I'm like, oh, okay. You're so not who you say you are. So not. I know it. That's what I'm good at. And one day one of them is going to come out and say it. I know. It's like Molly Golightly, you guys. Something wasn't right with that. And whoever this is no dummy. And he's not a drug addict, but he is just behind all of these so-called sacrifices that they believe is correct. This here is what they're doing. I don't know. Those are new, like, what are those, embryos? You want to know what you're seeing up in the left-hand corner? Embryos that match. That was in KIELYRODNI's car. No different than the embryo shit that you look at down there. It's the same thing. And they always have a white car. Always have a white car elevated. And what the fuck is that about? I mean, this is what's in consistently in all of these sacrifices. A white car that makes no sense. This white car is upside down or something. Never makes sense. The fuck is that? And there's a child or something holding the waist. This guy holds the keys to the system. He is the one who's in control of this. This is the green screen that runs the goddamn fake bullshit called the deep fake. You guys, these are the 3 layers that I tell you about. They're layering the 3 layers. He is the one with this system. He's no dummy. He showed it. But they're messing with the devil. But this is what we've been looking at, you guys. This. They created this. Look. What you see here, I'm going to make it smaller, is all created by the green screen. They have the real stuff in here, and then they have the fake stuff. This here, to me, is the platform that it's being built on. This here is the same information. Let me show you. This here, I showed you yesterday, that is a head. That here, that is real. This is real. This is a head sitting inside this equipment. Everything else, they create a fake fucking story around the head. This here is from KIELYRODNI's car. Follow me. This is that. This is what was shown in KIELYRODNI's car. This is KIELYRODNI's car. You see, those are the heads. And they're in this equipment. Those are the same thing. This is Kylie's car. Whoever is the one behind the making of this green screen is the one who's creating these deep fakes. He's not crazy. He is not crazy because this screen right now is my blueprint. This here is my blueprint to everything that I have. This person is creating the chaos. If you look at the photo to the left, that is a sacrifice that has been placed. That sacrifice is there, but everything else is bullshit. They create all these little critters in the green screen, but the sacrifice is happening. This stuff is being created on this guy's computer. Like this. Hello, little critter. In the water. To create fucking confusion. Those are the critters. But that person is being shown somewhere in the universe without the green screen, and you see all the rest of the disgusting shit that's under the water. Starts with this. That's the platform. This is real. This is probably where they filmed this shit. This came from Don B's video. I see a very big story here. It's not about him, but to me this is somewhere with train carts, and you're looking at the pole of death in the middle. That's the V. I think that this is the best to my ability that I could show you a photo like this. I feel like this is a critical moment in time for this photo. This right here, this part right here holds most of the story. And whatever this is the sacrifice. This is the sacrifice, you guys. This is the pole. This is a stick. This holds the story of the SUMMERWELLS missing children. That's the pole. These photos speak when they have something to say, and this has a lot to say. A lot. You know, there's certain photos that I say they're the best ones, and when I say that, like, they could easily be, you know, like the front cover of a chapter in a book. This right here, let me pull it up, the box and everything. This right here would be a front cover of the book, is this thing. I think it might turn. But that's a stick on a stick. And whatever these buggies, these are buggies. Let me show you bits at a time. These are buggies. This here. I can't brighten them up too much because then they lose their photo image. Here, these are the boxes. These are boxes with the maroon trim. These are buggies, the buggies. And then you have these train-like carts. Right here. That's the equipment in the window. This is a very, very important photo. Yeah, this is a sacrifice, you're right. There's a sacrifice going on here, like a live sacrifice. And this is what happened to KIELYRODNI. These are photos. The photo to the left is from that Check It TV. It's supposed to be inside his car. But that's medical equipment. And this right there shows me that Check It TV had all this information. And the photos that he showed were horrible. And he showed, let me make this a little lighter, not so bright. This is Check It TV's photo, and he says this is the inside of his car. Either he did something with her or he knows about it, because this is a bed, this is equipment, and this is not in his car. It may look a little silly because it's hard to, but this is equipment, you guys, that is deadly. And whatever Sammy is doing over here is the same thing. These videos show her sacrifice, just like all the videos do. I didn't split this is hers. It's done that way. So I'm not really quite sure how no one is saying anything, that this is not the inside of his car. That is a box with the control on it. And I best believe that when I dive into the Delphi group, I will find this stuff. I will. This stuff will be there. That's not the inside of his car. You've seen this underground before. No car has this shit in it. There's no way. The other thing that I want to show you that's inside these cars is this. And I want to put this out there because I really needed to get it on video. That up the right-hand corner is from KIELYRODNI's car. KIELYRODNI's information just lately, even though everyone's speaking about summer, KIELYRODNI's information has been coming across really strong. Kylie's and Gabby Petito's. I think that there's been no justice or anything done for them, and we just can't forget about them. This is Kylie's car. And Don B shows wild information, and that's what he's showing here on the bottom. And I believe that this is just the same kind of information being shown. And these little girls that are holding, I'm not going to put their faces on. These little girls, which come from the Kent or the Beeston group, I believe they're holding these things. And this was during Gabby Petito's sacrifice. I believe Gabby Petito was touched by a young group like that. I mean, KIELYRODNI, sorry. Those there's what I call the keys. I believe those are the keys. That's the stick. And this is what each person gets one of these. Each sacrifice person, these are keys, I call them. That's what it looks like. This is what it looks like. We crop it in. This here is the thing that I call the L. There's an M on here. So 5, there's a heart. This portion here tells the story very well. Yeah, these are called the keys. And different people hold the keys, you guys, and it's what it is. They're different groups hold the keys. And this is an important photo. Those are them. They represent different sacrifices. Different people get a hold of these. Not everyone has them. Not everyone has them. That's for sure. I don't know. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Wow. Let me see how long this other little thing is that I have. Let me see this. I think I'm going to save this next one for next time, but I will show you a couple things because I went over Scott with his paintings. I want to show you how there's much in Scott, the painter's information, that lines up directly with Kylie. And these are elements, you guys, that just can't be forgotten about. They're really, really important elements, and they tie into every one of these cases. Every one of them. And I just feel like it's important to not forget about the conversation about her and Gabby and all the ones that we talk about, because when I say Summer Moon Wells Missing Children, I'm speaking of all of them. But once in a while, it has to be shown that that includes all of them. And this here is the same. It's the same. This is this. That 5 is there. That 5 is there. You almost could copy and paste her photo over Scott's photo. So when I say that these elements are critical to recognize, they're critical. Because that is the only thing that's going to bust this thing open, starting with the authorities talking about it. The Delphi case is a very big breakthrough. The fact that they're talking about it is huge. It's huge. This here, let me grab her little photo and open it up a little bit. This here of Kylie, to me, was the closest photo to her sacrifice. And I think that this is what I want to end my night on, because this is most important to Kylie. I think that they're the same. I'm looking at it. I do. I feel like this could be plopped right over. And that would be her face on there. That's what I see. That's what I see. Very easily could be Kylie's face. I mean, yeah. I'm kind of getting all confused. So, this is what we do here. And I hope it makes a difference every day. I hope it makes a difference every day. May justice come to these children. May justice come to the SUMMERWELLS missing children. By telling their story and sharing their elements and bringing them up, it brings them justice. It brings them justice. You guys, I am ending it on this. I hope you all learned and see things differently. Don't let anyone tell you what to see. Don't let me tell you what to see. See for yourselves. Think for yourselves. Don't let anyone else tell you what to do or say or think. Not even me. On that note, Muffin Top, thank you for taking care of chat. To all my subscribers and listeners and members, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. And Boston, thank you for that amazing gift of a super sticker. Completely appreciate. Winters is here. Jean Warren. I didn't say hi to you guys earlier. Hi, everybody. Thank you all. God bless you all. Have a safe, amazing Friday night. I'll be talking to you over the weekend. Good night, guys.